Following the Lakers' loss last night, LeBron certainly got a lot of attention when he told reporters, quote, "Going forward with the game of basketball, I've got a lot to think about." Afterwards, LeBron reportedly clarified his comment, saying retirement is what he's considering. Shannon, jump in here. Do you really think LeBron's going to retire?
No, because it's too close. Brian, all he's talked about over the last 4 or 5 years is having an opportunity to play with his son. And it's really close now. His son is projected as a lottery pick. That's potentially a year away. He's decided to go to USC, Skip. So that's as close as it's ever been becoming a reality for LeBron James.
I agree.
The sun, he can see the sun rising on the horizon. And he's like, damn.
Literally on the L.A. horizon.
Yes. He's like, damn. This thing could really, really, really possibly happen. Okay. Skip, I think when you thought about it probably 10 years ago, 15 years ago, like, could I be around long enough? I think probably 10 years was more realistic. You're like, damn, could I be around long enough to have a Griffey Sr. and Jr. moment? Okay, let's just see how it goes. Now, all of a sudden, his son is about to be a freshman at USC. LeBron will be in year 21. With Bronny, I believe he's going to be one and done, Skip. Ain't no way. It's too close, Skip. It's too close. And I get the frustration. You know, when athletes, people like LeBron James, when you invest so heavily your time, your energy, your love, your passion, your desire, and you come up empty, you ask yourself, damn, was it worth it? Because you invest, Skip, and he invested a lot, and he was able to make small purchases. He was able to finish the season. He was able to play in. He was able to get out the first round and beat Memphis, the second round and beat. But when he wanted to make a large purchase and get to the NBA Finals and potentially win that, he defaulted. Yeah. So he's like, do I want to go through all that again, Skip? Do I want to be?
It's a lot.
It is.
Yep, I agree.
To the mental aspect of it, do I want to be away from my family this much again, more?
Yep.
And he's like, damn.
Because it could feel like a long year to get to Bronny.
Yes,
right?
Yes. And he mentioned, I'm going to have an MRI. We're going to see if it healed or do I need to have something done so it heals. So all of that is weighing in. And plus the fact, Skip, that's why what they say when you play or you're a professional athlete, give yourself 10, 15 minutes cooling down period.
Okay, I agree. You've been through that a few thousand times.
Yes, because the first thing, if the reporter would have grabbed me coming up the field after a tough loss, woo, I ain't going to have no teammates. I ain't going to have a coach either, probably.
In my experience, 10 or 15 minutes is not long enough.
You probably should get 30.
Because I did it 100,000 times, and I always felt for the people I was grilling because I know how I would feel sitting in your seat. And I am over-emotional to start with, and there's no way I would have come down from the over-emotion in 10 or 15 minutes to rationally discuss what you need to discuss.
Right.
But obviously, reporters are on deadline.
Right.
They all have anxious audiences.
And you know, Skip, you guys are like, y'all are right at the door. It's like the Derby. As soon as they open the gate, the horses are out. As soon as they open that door, you guys are in. And you beelining. Well, probably, LeBron is not going to talk in his locker. So you go get
Sometimes he does, but not on a game like this.
Right. So he's going to be at the podium. So now, who do I get? Who's the first one I get? AD's going to be at the podium. Austin Reeves, this one or that one.
Let's go to Sharp. He always has something to say.
He definitely came to me first.
Yeah.
So, Skip, to make a long story short, and I made a short story long, no, I don't believe LeBron James will retire because it is so close to him getting what his ultimate goal is now, and that's an opportunity to play with his son.
Okay. Ditto all of the above. There is no way LeBron James is going to retire
this close?
In my humble estimation at this moment, unless you tell me that there's a surgical procedure that doesn't come out right or something. If there's a health issue, then I got you.
We'll agree. We'll agree, yeah.
He just averaged 28, 10, and 10. Isn't that what I told you? Yeah, 28, 10, and 10. Okay. Yeah, 28, 10, and 10.
Right. In 16 games.
His feelings were hurt. He was crushed. He knew what had happened. He had had a sensational first half, and he just couldn't sustain it. they had a chance. He knows what got lost last night because it looks like Jimmy Butler and the overachieving Heat are going to win the other side of this bracket. Shannon, listen, LeBron knows in his heart of hearts, even the team, as many negatives as we could throw out today about his squad that he has right now, they would have had a real shot of beating Jimmy Butler and company for the NBA championship because we saw him do it 3 years ago in the bubble.
Right. And we don't, as good as Jimmy is, I don't believe he's the player Yoke is.
Okay.
Yoke's a handful.
All right. So there we have it. And in a way, the first thing that hit me was this is almost like a page out of Aaron Rodgers' handbook. I don't think LeBron's nearly as devious as Aaron Rodgers is, but we've seen Aaron Rodgers blow big games at home for 3 straight seasons in Green Bay and immediately drop the retirement possibility bombshell. And then it changes the whole narrative to, oh, my God, Aaron, please don't retire. Please don't force a trade. We need you. We love you. So in some ways, I thought, is LeBron doing that? I just think his feelings are hurt. Yeah. And at the last second, he's thinking, okay, I'm going to throw this out. I'm just going to throw this out. And it does deflect blame a little bit away from their team and him and everything that just happened. All of a sudden, he knows he just changed the narrative to a bombshell story of, because I've never heard him say anything like this. I've never heard him suggest retirement at all.
I haven't either, Skip, but I think the thing is that we look at it and we look at LeBron. The question that I have for Brian Windhorst, did anybody call you last night and say Father Time has touched LeBron on the shoulder? Because they seemed to call you earlier and say Father Time has touched him.
They text him, yeah.
They text him. So did you get any texts last night? A 38-year-old, 43 days, 55 days, just dropped 49 and 10.
Okay, so we know LeBron's a billionaire, but listen, $100 million is $100 million, and it's still sitting on the table for him in L.A. Right. He's got one guaranteed year, and then the next year is his option for another 50-odd million. Yes. So the total is close to $100 million. Shannon, it's a lot of money. I don't care who it is. The multi-billionaire is going to say that's a lot of money.
You know the one thing that people love more than money? More money.
More money.
That's what they love.
All right. So was this another classic LeBron passive-aggressive attempt to get Rob Pelinka to further improve the roster? Was this a salvo, a message sent to Pelinka, I need you to do better than you did? Well, I told
he did good at trade deadline.
Hey, I don't know how he could have done better at the trade deadline. Seriously, I've been pushing him for Executive of the Year. He didn't win it. Guy in Sacramento won it. God bless him. But what Rob Pelinka pulled off was miraculous at the trade deadline. Just to get out from under Russ, it cost you that 27 lightly protected.
Well, LeBron will be retired by the end, though, for sure.
For sure. Got out from under Pat Bev, and then to add these little pieces that added up to big things, because you were really good against Memphis, a troubled team, and you were really good against Golden State, another troubled team. I got it. But you crushed both of them. You were clearly superior to both those teams. Well, that's not all bad. You reached the Western Conference Finals, and you started the year 2-10, and even though look, Shannon, on individual achievements, he did what he needed to do. He passed Kareem. Well, it's all-time great. And he goes on a binge from December 30th to February 7th, the likes of which, Shannon, seriously, through that period, I'm not sure a 22-year-old LeBron could have done any better than that. 25-year-old, 28-year-old.
Yeah, I don't think there's any discussion from that 5-6 week period, Skip. Everybody thought he was a top 5 player. Everybody. He was Western Conference Player of the Month, Skip, and he told Dave McMenamin, he said he believed the summer rehab could get him back to the player he was prior to the foot injury, December through January. And he said, because I'm still better than 90% of the NBA, maybe 95. Skip, that December 30th to February, he was better than 99%. There might have been a handful of players, maybe 2, 3, max, that was better than LeBron James for that 6-week period.
Agreed. Okay. So, again, we're about to talk about Kyrie and what can happen to the team, but I don't know how the team can be a whole lot better next year than it is right now. This was a good basketball team. I know you see the flaws revealed by Denver. Well, Denver's the 1 seed.
For a reason.
Okay, they're the best team. They've actually been the best team in basketball all year long. That's what they've been, seriously.
I think that, Skip, but I think the thing is that the auxiliary pieces. I think you have enough guys that can do the heavy lifting. you need auxiliary pieces now. Your bench is not nearly because you shrank it. I mean, Malik Beasley became unplayable. Your starting point guard, you had to bench him because he was unplayable.
Yeah.
Troy Brown Jr., who was a starter at one time, was unplayable. I don't think he played anything but mop-up minutes.
He didn't.
So you're going to have to improve that area. And we're going to talk. I'll just wait till we get ready to talk about Kyrie.
Yeah.
But Austin Reeves, I'm not parting ways with Austin Reeves.
Okay. Well, we're about to get to Kyrie, so it might be one or the other. Big picture about LeBron. He has also acknowledged that it's possible his son might not want to play with him. And
Yeah.
I would not blame Bronny
I wanna play with
because,
you.
okay, but Bronny might say, I want to blaze my own trail,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I want to go my own direction, right?
But at the end of the day, Skip, even though, you're right, if you work there, you work in the same, law firm or the doctor's office, that's still your dad.
Yeah. Okay.
How do I get to be myself in basketball? It's different. Sometimes you go to a town and you might want to go out, or you got some homeboys you might want to do something, and you're like, damn, Dad gonna be upset. Nah, you my teammate. You ain't Dad. Once we become teammates on the basketball team, you my teammate. You not Dad. I'm calling Mama. Mama.
Agreed.
Daddy tried to make me stay in my room.
Right. No, you're right. But in the big picture, I think in LeBron's heart of hearts, he's lived for playing with his son.
Yes.
And the shocker is the son has risen up to a point. He's overachieved a little bit because for a while, he's not 6'9", is the first thing. He's 6'3"-ish, right? He can play in the NBA.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's going to be a star in the NBA, but he can be a credible NBA player. He can be a starter. That's a big deal to be able to start in the NBA, okay? So he has proven to me he can be that. Well, if he's going to be a lottery pick, he better be a starter.
Well, I think the thing is, Skip, it's like, Griffey was the first pick in the draft. So he had a lot of things like, it'd be really